Now at 5:30, we are tracking the winter storm anticipated to move into southeast Texas, as well as in the entire state of Texas. That ice concern becoming more of a threat for us.
Thousands of Centerpoint workers on standby ahead of the freeze. Why the company says it is better prepared this time than during Beryl, plus what could still cause outages.
And water leaks across Houston could turn streets and sidewalks into sheets of ice. Why neighbors are worried about time running out.
Live from KHOU 11, your news starts now.
Good evening and thank you for watching us on KHOU 11 Plus. I'm Sherman Chow.
And I'm Ron Trevino. We're continuing to track the impact this weekend's winter storm is going to have, including many school districts in the area canceling classes for Monday. The Big Four, HISD, Cy-Fair, Katy, and Fort Bend, all announced no classes on Monday. They're not the only ones. You're going to be able to see all the districts closed on our website, khou.com.
Our team coverage continues with Trayson Bragg, who is at one of Centerpoint's staging areas, while Orko Mena is looking into a water leak in West Houston.
But first, let's get to Chris Ramirez and the very latest on this weekend storm. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Ron and Sherman, of course, we are tracking some rain now moving into the Houston area, but this is all a part of this big system that we've been tracking for the past couple of days, and you're able to see some of that precipitation actually switching over to wintry precipitation, especially north of the I-20 corridor out across west central Texas. And so portions of Dallas-Fort Worth likely to start seeing the cooler of those temperatures, but we are expecting that rain chance to start ramping up for us here across the Houston area. As you're able to see those showers now moving into Brenham, College Station, even Huntsville, we're still going to be above freezing, but you might want to take now to make those necessary preparations because we are looking at a pretty wet and rainy Saturday. Even though those temps are still going to be above freezing in the 50s and 60s, we're going to see large swaths of rain showers into the early hours of Saturday for much of the day. But then it's when we head into Saturday night into Sunday is when we are expecting those temperatures to drop into the 30s into about freezing, especially as we head into the early hours of Sunday. Expecting to see that rain to switch over to freezing precipitation as we get closer towards 11 p.m. Saturday and then becoming ice and freezing rain. That's going to be the primary threat, is the ice accumulations that are going to be possible for us here across Houston. We're not looking at snow, but we're looking at more of the ice related threats, and that really could cause some dangerous travel concerns, especially across our area roadways, as those temps are going to continue to plummet into the low 30s. The National Weather Service has upgraded us to a winter storm warning that does include Harris County. That's going to be in place from 6 a.m. Saturday through 6 p.m. Sunday. We could be looking at the primary threat being the ice concerns on our roadways, but we are also looking at the extreme cold warning that is now in place. And this is all thanks to the extremely cold temperatures that are in place for Monday morning. Dangerously cold feels like temps ranging between 5 to 15 degrees here across the Houston area. That's when we're going to see the worst of the cold into Monday morning. So you want to wrap those pipes at home, dress in layers if you do find yourself outdoors, especially for the start of next week, especially for Monday. But as we look at the ice potential, we were looking at close to just under 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulations, but our latest model is now upping that to just in excess of 1/10 of an inch, especially here across Houston. We are also looking at the possibility for more life-threatening ice accumulations across portions from Huntsville to Lufkin. That's when we could see more of that damaging ice effects, especially along the I-69 corridor as well as I-45 up towards Dallas. So the low temperatures dropping into the 20s to below freezing, especially Sunday into Monday. This is going to be the primary day, Sunday, Monday. We're going to see the coldest of those temps here across southeast Texas. Of course, I have more on the timeline in my full weather forecast later in the newscast.
All right, Chris Ramirez, thank you. And as the freezing temperatures approach our area, Centerpoint says it is preparing for any potential issues that may arise.
And that preparation includes a staging site at Sam Houston Race Park. Trayson Bragg is there live. Trayson, what's it like out there at this staging site?
Well, I'll tell you, it's starting to get a little bit chilly out here, but this is one of 2 staging sites for Centerpoint. And take a look behind me. You can see the crews have already started showing up here. So have resources ahead of the freezing temperatures.
And along with that, we've started to ramp up resources.
Nathan Brownell, VP of Resiliency and Capital Delivery at Centerpoint, says a big part of that ramp up before the storm is personnel. He says 3,300 staffers are working 16-hour shifts preparing for whatever the weekend may bring.
They're working out in the field today, getting preparation, so they're going to inspect our critical infrastructure like our substations, make sure the heaters are working so we don't have issues with the cold or the ice.
300 workers will be housed here at the Sam Houston Race Park, along with loads of resources to respond to any issues that arise.
But even a little bit of ice has impact on driving conditions. It can weigh down the vegetation and drop those lines on top of our power lines and cause outages.
But Brownell says he believes the work Centerpoint has done post-Beryl will play a big role in helping keep the lights on during this storm.
We've added air spoilers onto our lines to help prevent some slacking. So as icing events happen, it makes the transmission lines more hardened. And so we feel very confident that the transmission lines will hold up well, and also that the generation will be there to provide the electricity to our customers.
Now, Brownell also recommends that you stay prepared at home and have all the essentials this weekend, including flashlights and batteries and, of course, water. And he also says if you haven't already, he recommends that you sign up for Centerpoint's Power Alert service. That way you can receive restoration updates if you do face an outage. I'll send it back to you all for now.
All right, some good advice there, Trayson. Better be prepared. All right, thank you so much.
Freezing temperatures means potentially icy conditions if roads and sidewalks are wet, and that's why some folks in Houston are worried about ongoing water leaks in their community. Orko Manna live from a water leak on Chimney Rock near Westheimer. And Orko, of course, the big question is, can these water leaks be fixed before the big winter weather hits?
Yeah, Sherman, we heard from the Houston Public Works Director a little bit ago, who says that they're working really hard as fast as they can to fix as many water leaks as they can with both city crews and contract crews. I'm told that there are hundreds of water leaks across the city, including the one here on Chimney Rock just south of Westheimer. You can see that a large portion of the roadway is covered with the water out here. And if that ice is over, that could be dangerous. And this isn't the only leak. The city of Houston tells me that right now they're dealing with an active backlog of 521 water leaks. One of those leaks is on Potomac Drive in Houston's greater uptown area. Residents tell me they woke up this morning and saw water gushing and spilling onto the sidewalk and street. Several neighbors say they called the city to get it fixed. With the blast of winter weather coming soon, they're worried about the potential for icy surfaces in their neighborhood.
Coming out to walk the dog, or anyone that's coming just walking in the neighborhood doesn't realize it and slips and falls.
Do you think that they'll be coming here before the freeze?
I hope so. I mean, I hope they come sometime today to at least cut off the water.
The city tells me right now they're averaging about 18 days to repair water leaks, and they say that 57% of the leaks are being repaired within 7 days. Now, with the frigid temperatures expected to hit the area tomorrow, a lot of folks are really hoping to see those repairs faster and sooner rather than later. The Houston Public Works Director says the best way to report those leaks, as always, is to contact 311 or their department directly. Reporting live from Chimney Rock, just south of Westheimer tonight, Orko Manna, KHOU 11 News.
All right, with those numbers and the history of those repairs, doesn't sound like they're all going to be done by tomorrow. So folks, just be careful wherever you are if you've got a leak near you. Thanks, Orko.
Well, when those cold temps come our way, it will eventually impact the local wildlife. Katira Winfrey spoke to the SPCA on what you need to know.
The SPCA says as we prepare to enter into this cold weather, you want to think about your domesticated animals, but you also want to think about wildlife. So they say if you can, put a little food out, or if you have feral cats around you, cut an opening in a plastic tub, put some blankets in there to give them a place to kind of crawl in, to stay a little bit protected. They say when we have severe weather events, chances are you will come across orphaned wildlife, sick or injured. So the Wildlife Center will be open this Sunday for you to drop those animals off. But in addition to that, when you go out to start your car again, you may want to walk around it just a bit, tap on it, try to scare off any animals that may have crawled inside your car to try to seek shelter. So just another element to try to keep those who can't necessarily care for themselves a little bit safer as we dip down in temperatures.
Right now, our website has a lot of great tools that can help you this weekend. All you need to do is text the word FREEZE to 713-526-1111, and we'll send you all those helpful resources right to your phone.